The light-independent reactions of photosynthesis are chemical reactions that convert carbon dioxide and other compounds into glucose. These reactions occur in the stroma, the fluid-filled area of a chloroplast. These reactions take the products ATP and NADPH of light-dependent reactions and perform further chemical processes on them. There are three phases of the light-independent reactions, collectively called the Calvin cycle: carbon fixation, reduction reaction, and RUBP regeneration.
There are three stages in the Calvin cycle. The first stage is called carbon fixation. In this stage, Rubisco, an enzyme, catalyzes a reaction between CO2 and another molecule called RUBP. For each CO2 molecule that reacts with one RUBP molecule, two molecules of another compound called 3-PGA are formed. In this reaction, or in this stage, CO2 is switched from an inorganic form into an organic molecule.
Stage 2 is reduction. ATP and NADPH are used to convert the 6 molecules of 3-PGA into 6 molecules of a chemical called glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, or G3P. This is a reduction reaction because it involves the gain of electrons by 3-PGA. 6 molecules of both ATP and NADPH are used. For ATP, energy is released with the loss of the terminal phosphate atom, converting it to ADP. For NADPH, both energy and hydrogen atom are lost, converting it to NADP+. Both of these molecules are returned to the nearby light-dependent reactions to be reused and reorganized.
So stage 3 of the Calvin cycle is a process known as regeneration. So pretty much what happens is, because the G3 molecule needs 3 carbons, it has to go through the cycle actually 3 times to be completed, because each turn makes 2 G3P molecules. So in order to get 6, and it always has to be 6, it takes 3 cycles to get 6 G3P molecules. So what happens with the 6, and why that's important, is because one of the G3P molecules is always exported, and then the remaining 5 are used to regenerate RUBP for the earlier stages in the Calvin cycle. And this enables the system to prepare for more CO2 to be fixed. And also what happens is 3 more molecules of ATP are used in the regeneration reactions. The next slide is simply just kind of a recap of the whole Calvin cycle in general. So as you can see, this carbon fixation is phase 1, phase 2 is reduction, and phase 3 is regeneration. And you can see all the byproducts, such as the ADP, and there's ATP being produced, and the ADP, and yeah.
Another important aspect of our chapter was the energy cycle. And pretty much what the base of the energy cycle is that all organisms, whether they make their own food or they eat other organisms for food, break down carbohydrates for energy. And in this process of breaking down the carbohydrates, these organisms produce waste products like CO2. But in biology, there really is no such thing as waste products, because the products of one reaction are used to then propel a different reaction. And we see this in processes like photosynthesis and cellular respiration.